Hey there from Bugeye Guy and Bodie Guy. That's the Bodie, the wonder dog, the greatest dog on the planet. Happens to be a huge Bugeye fan. Great fun to go out with this guy and take him for a drive, but also to be able to go test these cars and bring him along is just a joy for me. So a nice Saturday afternoon in progress here. And I'm happy to share with you this car called Pal that we have for sale. I'm not only sharing it in this video, but getting some test miles, and of course we found that the speedometer is a bit sticky once it gets up into the higher numbers, so we're going to have to change that. And the fuel gauge is working in reverse, so there's a sender and gauge compatibility issue. We'll fix that as well. But those are good examples of the kinds of things that we routinely sort out and make right before we send these cars off to customers. We obviously don't fix everything on every car, but on a premium car like this, all that will get addressed, and it goes onto my punch list. So anyway, here we are sliding through this traffic light onto Route 1 in second gear, which is nice. These cars will pull in second quite nicely. And that's important if you have a 4-speed, because you have to be at a full stop to engage first gear with those non-synchro first gears. But on this gearbox, you don't need to worry about that. It's a fully synchronized 5-speed, so you can engage first gear at a little bit of a roll like I did right there, which you would not get away with a 4-speed Bugeye, and that's another nice feature of this 5-speed gearbox. And as we accelerate onto the highway, you should be able to hear about a 20% RPM drop when we shift into 5th gear. That's 3rd there, and here comes 4th as we build up to around 65 miles an hour. There's 5th gear there over and to the right. It's a pretty common question for people to ask me if these cars are really useful on the highway, and with a 5-speed in particular, you can easily cruise at 70 or 80 if you like on the highway. If they're set up well, they're tight and really nice to drive on the highway. Of course, many of them have worn front end components, or bent wheels or old tires, and all those things make it much harder to drive them on the highway. In the case of this particular car, that's all sorted out, and this car is ready for long trips or short trips around town. The 5-speed makes it really pleasant, even if you're at low speeds, to just kind of loaf around the neighborhood. It's a lot of fun to do that as well. So that's Pal, a nice Bugeye that we have here at Bugeye Guy, and feel free to call if you'd like to hear more about the car. We'd be delighted to send it to you. Thanks for coming for a drive with us.